So the plan for today was to go and check out the Freedom Trail, but we may have to wait out this rain. It has been pouring all morning, so we're just gonna wait out the rain. If we get a gap, hopefully we'll get an hour or two so we can do the Freedom Trail, because it's something I really wanted to do while we were in Boston, but it all depends on this. So it's currently 9:16 and we've still got plenty of rain around. I don't know what today's going to look like, but it's not looking great at the moment. It's still really coming down, but the forecast is suggesting about 11 o'clock it's going to stop. So we're aiming to be able to head out about then.
We're out.
We made it. It's 11 o'clock. Sun is trying to peek out a little bit from the clouds. The rain has stopped. The weather is fresher than yesterday. We can't judge what we should be wearing at all.
But much nicer to be out here walking around in this cooler weather.
So we're going to try and squeeze in the Freedom Trail before the rain comes back. So
we're going to go and find the start of it.
Let's go. I just stepped on a loose brick and went. Now I'm just covered in dirt.
We're not off to a great start.
I love a horn around here.
We're cleaned up, jackets on. Let's try this again. So we're in Boston Common now for the start, which is like a big
massive park.
Yeah. And it's the start of the Freedom Trail.
So the Freedom Trail is about 2.5 miles walking around all the kind of historic parts of Boston.
So hopefully we're going to learn some things.
Hopefully.
You can see these bricks, we just follow them the whole way around, and we also have a trusty map. So that building that we just saw before with the gold dome is the Massachusetts State House, which was actually built in 1798, which was like 10 years after Australia was founded. And it's actually the oldest continually running state hall in America. It's pretty cool.
And we just went into the Park Street Church, and there was some kids in there singing. And,
it's pretty cute.
The interesting thing about that church is it was the first site of the first Sunday school in America, which is pretty amazing as well. I told you we were going to see a lot of firsts.
So the next stop is the Granary Burial Ground, which is weird first of all because we're in the middle of like downtown Boston, surrounded by like high rises and everything. But it's pretty historic place because buried in here are some of the signers of the Declaration of Independence and also some of Benjamin Franklin's family members.
So we're currently at the site where the very first school in America started. Now it's no longer here, but it's still in operation, but it's over closer to Fenway Park. Benjamin Franklin went to this school, and they've got this little hopscotch memorial thing here to remember that it used to be here. So this is the Old South Meeting House, and it's where the Boston Tea Party began, and Benjamin Franklin was baptised here. So there's a lot of Benjamin Franklin history here as well.
So this is one of Boston's oldest brick structures. Now it's a Chipotle.
So we're now out the front of the Old State House, and that balcony up there is where the first reading of the Declaration of Independence was. And also there's a monument here for the Boston Massacre, which happened in 1770, I think. Again, our history is bad, but we're trying our best. So this is the Union Oyster House, and it's the oldest restaurant in the whole of the States. Oldest tavern in America.
Like the space, like we're getting to a point where it's a bit more spaced out now and not as many people, and we just kind of walked through Little Italy, which was cool.
Yeah, that was cute. So we're at the Paul Revere statue. The thing I think that's pretty interesting about this statue is when any of the Boston sporting teams are in a World Championship series, they dress him up with a shirt from the team, which is pretty cool. So we're currently walking through the Old North, and it's just like walking through an old town from the US. It's pretty cool. We just made our way on to the USS Constitution. It was a bit of a process to get in. You had to come through security.
Photo ID.
Photo ID. There's quite a few army guys wandering around. So this ship is the oldest ship in the US Navy. We've made it to the last stop.
The Bunker Hill Monument. That's all we got. What do you think of the Freedom Trail?
It was fun. We learned a bit about American history that we probably didn't know. I did a fair bit of Googling to learn who some of the people were.
And we got to see like a fair bit of Boston. It was nice going into that Little Italy area because we hadn't been in there, and then we came over the water. It has a different feeling on this side, don't you think? Much newer.
And more residential, like very residential.
But yeah, definitely a great way to spend a day in Boston, I think. I'm very glad that it was a bit cooler today.
It's much cooler today than it was yesterday, thank God.
And the rain has held out. I don't know for how long, but that's been awesome. We hadn't had any rain, so yeah, awesome. Tomorrow we are leaving Boston and we're heading over to New London, Connecticut for Keto Fest. So that's very exciting.
Make sure you subscribe so you can follow along with our Keto Fest adventures over the next couple of days.
Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.